Welcome to the Prophecy Club. I have Jonathan Rose on with us today, and he's got some exciting new information in the world of financial instruments. So, Jonathan, welcome to the Prophecy Club.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Okay, this is amazing. So, what do you have, and how did you get it?
I called you today because I wanted to share something with your audience that we're very excited about. So as you know, we help people with precious metals, people who have retirement accounts, and we put assets in there. I'm going to hold this up. This is a kilo of gold. I think maybe your audience have seen this before. But over the years, people have said to me, you know, I have this big gold bar, but I don't have a hacksaw in my back pocket, and I can't cut it up into, you know, tiny little pieces. How am I going to use it? How am I going to spend it? How can I trade or barter with it? So we've listened to our audience, and over the years, I can't tell you, countless numbers of people have told me that they wish they had something that they could carry with them that was tradable and barterable. And wow. I'm really proud to announce the launch of this product here. We call it the Prepper Bar. And I'm going to hold it up here. It's such a unique, look how thin it is, okay? We call it the Prepper Bar. We call it wealth in your wallet. On the front, it says, in God we trust. Now, what makes this so unique is it's kind of like a Hershey chocolate bar. You can break these pieces off. The top row is 1/20th of an ounce. The middle row is 1/4 of an ounce. The bottom row is 1/10 of an ounce. And if I turn it around, what also makes this so unique, you'll see it's made in the USA. It's the only bar of its kind that's divisible that is actually made in America. And the only place people can get these, Stan, is at prophecyclubbar.com, which we will put down in the link below. And also what makes these so special is that they're approved for an IRA, which means they've been sovereignized. And that's actually a big deal because there's many people out there that have blanks, they stamp them, but they're not approved by the IRS for an IRA. These are. So, you know, you can, like I said, you can break it, you can trade it. You don't have to. This is a piece here that comes off. It's robust. So just for an example here, I'm just going to little demonstration. You can break these pieces off. You know what hits the fan. You're stuck on Brooklyn Bridge or wherever you are, and you want rite of passage home. You pull out one of these and you barter, you trade with it or not, right? We call it wealth in your wallet. Here's my wallet. And I keep one in here. It fits.
That's awesome. I mean, because that way you can have it with you all the time, and an emergency hits, and boom, you can talk, man.
Yeah. So it comes in gold. It comes in silver. Yeah. And obviously, I feel that people who are new to precious metals maybe don't have, you know, tens of thousands of dollars, but they want to still get on the precious metals ladder. You know, these are very affordable. They're as low as $139 a bar. They can go to prophecyclubbar.com. So we'll put that in the link below. And this is a very unique product. I currently have, InStyle Magazine, Wall Street Journal, major publications I've got scheduled up that are dying to interview me about this. You're actually one of the first people that I'm talking to you about this with. And anytime you can have a product, Stan, that's innovative and it meets the legacy of gold, it's to me, I absolutely love it because it's a use case scenario for this product. And again, I think people have different. I personally buy it because I just think it's cool. There's nothing like it on the market. A lot of people also buy
this up.
A lot of people buy it because of the utility. You know, we've now have a utility for precious metals because a lot of the times it sits in people's bank vaults or in an IRA. But if there was ever an emergency and you needed to, you know, cash cards weren't working, credit cards weren't working, or you had no cash, you can pull this out and you can barter with this. This is real currency. This is 0.99.
Fit it in your billfold. Show them that it fits in the billfold.
Yeah, here's my wallet. It fits.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's really unique.
How come we were doing this years ago?
Well, you know what? It's funny. people have said to me, "Wow, you're so smart for thinking about this." And I was like, you know what? I have the British accent. People think you're smarter than you actually are. It's worked for me for many years, but I'm not that smart to come up with it. I wish I was. It's us listening to what our clients wanted, and a lot of times people would often say to us, I want to take this metal home with me, but I want something tradable, portable, spendable. They don't want something clumsy, because this comes in silver as well, but they want something they can carry around. So, wealth in your wallet. We work with one of the biggest mining manufacturers in America. They're based in Nevada. So there is similar products out this in Europe, but the problem with them is that they're expensive because they come over to America. You're paying a duty tax on them, and they're not American, so you're paying a big premium on them. So and they're not divisible into three. So this is the first American-made product that is literally divisible into three pieces.
Wow.
You can carry it with you. It's IRA eligible, and I'm just really excited to have it. They make great presents. I gave one I have twins. They're 11, a boy and a girl, and my son went to a birthday party, and I included it in his present, and he's like, a silver chocolate bar, and I was like, not quite a chocolate bar, but he got the concept immediately. And that night the parents called me, and they're like, wow, this is the neatest thing that we have seen in a long time. And I wish I had people stand that said to me, this is terrible, who would want this? But
everybody will want that.
It's the opposite. Everybody wants one of these, and they can only
questions. Now, first of all, go to Prophecy Club Bar, BAR, as in like a bar of gold or bar of silver, Prophecy Club Bar. Now, my first question is the price on the silver and the price on the gold version.
So the silver right now can be as low, depending on quantity tiers, are as low as $139 a bar. So it's very economical. It's just over 62 grams of silver, which is just over 2 ounces. The gold is also just over 62 ounces, and that will probably go for about $6,200. So obviously gold's much more expensive. The gold is set to launch probably next week, and we actually have a waiting list for people who want the gold bars, but the silver's available now. Once you place your order, it ships roughly in 48 hours, and it actually comes out to FedEx insured delivery 2 days. So you actually have to sign for it. No one's going to leave this on your porch. And you can sign it, put it somewhere safe, put it in your wallet. They make great gifts, as I mentioned as well. Or you can even put it into an IRA. And obviously, if you want to put it into an IRA, that's a bit of a bigger conversation on how that works. But for people that just want wealth in their wallet, they can go to prophecyclubbar.com.
Okay, now I'm very excited about this. I can think of this as like carrying $100 bill with you. It's a little bit more, but I mean, a silver, what it really is a silver version of $100 bill that you got to buy some bread, you got to buy some gasoline, you can pull it out right there. They can see it silver. You can, how much is it? Well, I'll break off 2 or 3 of them instead of have to overpay them and then say, well, catch me next time, because they're not going to accept anything less. But if you got one of those in your pocket, so electricity goes out, they're not taking any credit cards, and you pull up and you got, especially if you have a couple of silver coins, that 1 ounce coins, you pull those out. Or this thing, if you can carry one of those in your wallet all the time. I mean, I love it. I just now found out about this, and I can't wait to actually have one in my hand. And I'd love to have one of the gold ones, but anyway. So here's what you do. You call 844-771-1776. I'll repeat, 844-771-1776, or you can go to Prophecy Club Bar. Just think like a bar of gold, bar of silver. prophecyclubbar.com. Now, I'm going to guess you're going to be getting lots of calls, and not just from us, but everybody's probably jumping in on this thing. So do you have the inventory to be able to fill those orders?
Good question. And you're not the first person that's asked me that. So we currently produce about 10,000 units a week of this. and we'll probably scale up a little bit more. But to answer to your question, yes, yeah, we absolutely make sure we have inventory, distribution. Yeah, this isn't us, manufacturing these and keeping them in our office and someone running down to the mailroom. This is us working exclusively with one of the biggest mints in America.
The only place they can get it.
Distribution center. Yeah, this is a big operation, and they make a multitude of products, but this is the only product out there that you can get through people like yourself, Stan.
Okay, now you have silver in inventory. How long before you get the gold bars?
I would say probably a week. So if they are interested in gold, they can obviously go to prophecyclubbar.com. They can press on the gold prepper bar, and they can hit a button there that says notify me when in stock, and then they will receive an email as soon as that becomes available. But they can start placing orders for the silver prepper bar today.
I have to say this. Okay, so I got this email from your company, and frankly, it looked kind of like a spam because it didn't say a whole lot. I've got something exciting I want to share with you about. How many times you get something like this? I actually deleted it, and then after I deleted it, I thought, wait a minute, I better take a second look, and I'm glad I did. So then it said, if you're interested, email back. I emailed back, and it said, we have some kind of a new financial thing. I thought, yeah, right, gold and silver, what's new with that? Mm-hmm. And then you called me and you showed me this, and it's on everybody, even if you're not interested in getting them, if you don't have any money, go to prophecyclubbar.com and look at a close-up of this. And then we got a little video, and I'm going to try to get it. Matter of fact, I want you to send that to me because I'd like to have them stick it into even this program so that they can see it, that explosion where one of those bars explodes out. Okay. You got to see this. We should have had this 100 years ago.
I agree.
This is are you serious?
This has been a long time in the making. The fact, they say hindsight's 2020, right? So it's almost, well, it's so simple. Why hasn't this been done before? But that's the same with many ideas, right? But for me, it's the fact it's utility. If what hits the fan, I have this in my wallet. I can use it as currency. I can pay items with it. And to me, that's what it's about, being prepared, and I'm definitely somewhat of a prepper to some degree. And I think having something like this is just another backup to make sure that I have, a form of currency on me.
Well, first of all, when it fits perfect in a billfold, perfect. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to actually see one. I actually have one. I got to own one, actually more than one.
We're going to ship you one out today.
Okay, excellent. Or maybe more than one. Yeah. We got to talk. Okay, we got to talk. Anyway, and put it in your billfold. And so it's like, to me, this is the way I think. It's like holding $100 bill in your billfold for an emergency all the time. Only this one does not devalue. Matter of fact, it'll probably increase in value. Remember, Shane Warren was told silver will skyrocket far more than gold. So, I mean, I think a lot of my guess is your phone's going to be burning up.
Yeah, well,
send at least one.
Yeah, well, so the main thing. Sorry, say that again, Stan.
Is there a minimum purchase of how many of them?
If someone wants to buy one, they can buy one. There is no minimum purchase. That's the beautiful thing about this. You could buy one, you could buy 100. It's up to the individual. It really is. I believe everybody should have one of these in their wallet.
I would say a minimum of one, but just off the top of my head, I would think even if you don't have a whole lot of money, at least try to get 10 of them, because in a real situation, one of those, you'd blow through one of those in one day. I mean, it's only $100. Yeah. So there you go.
Well,
you go to.
I'll say this, Dan, because you talk about, people talking about silver rising, and I truly believe, silver's on the threshold of breaking out. But the Silver Institute, and we work with like the World Gold Council, the Silver Institute, there's reports coming out that next year they're going to be looking at silver shortages. So this has happened before in the industry. And when it's happened with silver shortages, what happens next is premiums jump and yeah, they skyrocket. So my recommendation is before prices go up, you buy this asset now, and that's important to know.
844-771-1776. 844-771-1776. But I really encourage you to go to Prophecy Club Bar, BAR, prophecyclubbar.com, and look at it. And they've got a video of an exploded version of that. And you see how it breaks apart. This is like the best idea in, I don't know, probably 1,000 years for gold and silver. To be able to put it in your billfold. I mean, to have it just right. I mean, it's an old billfold. But hey, it'll still fit in there. So I can't wait to stick one in my billfold.
Yep.
844-771. 1776, 844-771-1776, prophecyclubbar.com. Is that it? Or did we tell the whole story? You have something else to say?
No, I think that's it. I'm just really happy to share this with you and your audience. And again, prophecyclubbar.com.
I got one more question.
You can see it.
So what's the difference between Prophecy Club people calling and typically the other normal average caller?
What's the difference? So normally when people are calling in from your audience, they may want help with rolling over an IRA. They've got maybe a 401k from a previous employer, and they want to know how to safeguard those funds, keep it tax deferred, keep it in an IRA, but how do I add gold and silver to that? So obviously we've been helping your audience protect IRAs, or maybe they'll say, well, we want physical possession straight into our hands. So then they'll speak to somebody, and then we'll help them get metals directly insured, delivered to their doorsteps, which they sign for, and they put it somewhere safe. With Prophecy Club Bar, it's more of a, they can purchase online. So if they don't want to speak to anybody, they can just go online and purchase these. But obviously, we are real people, and we pick up the phone. So if they did want to call and speak to somebody live who's not in a call center in India somewhere, and actually speak to someone based here in America, they can call us, and we'll also help them with that transaction that way. But we kind of set up prophecyclubbar.com just to make it easy for people to order this from their phone or order it from home from their desktop computer.
Now, if you want normal gold and silver, you go to prophecyclubgold.com, prophecyclubgold.com, or 800-200-GOLD. If you want the bars, though, you go to prophecyclubbar, B-A-R, bar.com, or 844-771-1776. Now, back to my question you didn't understand. Is there a difference between Prophecy Club callers and the average person that calls you?
Prophecy Club callers and the average person that calls us. Well, I think the common... Sorry for not understanding that. So I think the common denominator are people are looking to protect what they have. I think that the Prophecy Club people calling in have a better understanding and an education because of what you share with them on your show. So I think they've got a better understanding of the economy and the importance to diversify. And sometimes they're telling us, I'm like, well, these people can basically do our jobs for us, versus other people, they're looking for that education. They're looking for those resources. So I think there's just a level above in your audience understanding of the Great Reset, digital currencies, BRIC nations. People listen to this right now saying, oh, I know. So I think, having people that understand what's happening is very important, because I always say you don't want to be like an ostrich and bury your head in the sand and pretend nothing's happening. And funny enough, I looked up that quote the other day because my wife laughed at me when I said that. And I Googled, do ostriches really bury their head in the sand? And apparently they don't. It's just been a saying that's been developed over the years, and it's always kind of stuck with me. But I think it's very important to get an education, because an informed investor is a better investor. And with what's happening right now with our trade deficit and bank failures and Saudi Arabia, leaving the US dollar deal behind, where they're now able to settle oil outside US dollars and other currencies, BRIC nations, international conflict. We have a punch list of problems that are happening in the world today. Obviously, being a pivotal election year, it's very important to understand that I think turmoil is going to kind of gather speed like a speeding locomotive. So, basically to me, if I look to the weather report, there's rain on the horizon. And when I step outside the house, if it's raining, I'm holding an umbrella because I don't want to get wet. And it's the same with your finances. If you have the equities, the bonds, and you're tied to the market, and these top economists are expecting rain on the forecast, you want to make sure you have an umbrella for your financial assets. And really, simply put, that's what gold and silver provide, are those financial security nest egg, so to speak, so you can protect what you have. So I think your audience is very dialed in to understanding what's happening now, what's happening in the future, and obviously sharing that education with us and their thoughts. I think it's a great starting place to start talking about what they're trying to do.
Jonathan Rose, thank you for being with us. We'll have to have you back on soon.
My pleasure. Thank you, Stan.
Let me talk about our three sponsors briefly. First, if you want to get gold or silver, we're going to send you to 800-200-GOLD or prophecyclubgold.com. prophecyclubgold.com. Second, if you want to get long-term emergency food, the only place I would send you to is josephskitchen.com. It is what I believe is God's long-term storage food. As you recall, Pharaoh and Joseph, what fed the world for 7 years was wheat. Most of your long-term storage places, $9,000 to $10,000 to feed one person for 1 year. Joseph's Kitchen can show you how to do it for about $1,000, one person, 1 year. And EMP Shield. If you want your car to start, if you want your computers to start after some kind of nuclear event, that's the device to get. And if you go to empshield.com and use the promo code PROPHECY, get your $50 discount and help your Prophecy Club.